Now let us start the installation of 2016 server. So already we have created the template for that. We have to just power on this virtual machine. Now it is going to ask for certain things. So in our case it is loading the file. That means it is going to ask for whether you want to how many partition you want, what should be the name, and certain things it is going to ask. So in our case we will be choosing according to that. So now what it is saying, in which language, we are going to choose English, and time and currency for again, and keyboard it is going to USA. So we are going to say next. So what we are going to say, install now. Now again it is going to start. It is again going to ask for certain thing. And please remember the setup is going to take a lot of time, and it is going to ask various options. So here various versions are available: standard, valuation, standard. In our case we are going to choose Windows Server 2016 data center, and please do not forget to choose desktop experience. If you are not going to choose desktop experience, your Windows 2016 server will get installed in text mode. That is not what we want. So in our case we are choosing this version, data center valuation desktop experience. So we are going to say next. So it is going to say that accept the license. We are going to say, and which type of installation we want to install. Custom. If you have already got some, suppose your 2012 server is there, you want to upgrade, then you have to choose this option. But in our case we are going to install this. Now here you can create new partitions, but in our case we want single partition. So what we have to do, we have to just say next. Now it is going to take certain times. So in our case we will be pausing the video, and again when these steps are completed we will again come back to our video. So in our case what we are going to do, we are going to pause the video, unpause the, that means we have resumed the recording. Now it is showing 96%, 100%. Now it is going to install the features, then install the updates, and then it will finish up the setup. That means it, depending upon the your hardware resources, it can take between 15 to 30 minutes installation of a VM. So in our case still it is installing. So installing as a VM, it is very easy for experiment purpose. And other advantages are that if we have to make another copy of Windows 2016 server, we need not to install again. What we can do, we can use this facility of cloning. That means if on installation it is going to take a lot of time, cloning hardly 5 minutes. Now it is asking for restart. So what we can say, we can click on, or automatically it is going to restart. That means we are able to successfully install our Windows 2016 server. And if we want another copy of this, so what we can do, we can create the clones of that. And sometimes it is recommended. That means suppose if you have to do lot of experiment, so just installed one copy of your server or Windows 10, then create a copy of that or clone of that, then start working on that. After experiment you can delete that clone. So it is using this virtualization solutions, whether it is a VMware workstation or Hyper-V or VirtualBox, they makes the things very easy. And the another advantage is I do not need 2, 3, 4 or 5 system. In our case what we can do, we can install lot of virtual machines, and can set complete networking lab here. So still it is taking time and we are waiting. Then what we will do, then we will start installing Windows 10 also. But before, let us complete this. So still it is taking time. So in our case what we have done, we have tried to install Windows 2016 server. So we can again pause the video and then again can come back to the screen. So again we are pausing the video. Let us again resume the recording. So we have resumed the recording, and now it is asking for by default username is administrator, and we are going to enter some password, some complex password, which is going to have all type of characters, that mean caps, small caps, special characters also. So we are entering the password, and then we are going to say finish. Now it is finalizing the settings. That means it takes a lot of time when we are installing the Windows 2016. So same is the case with Windows 10. Now once we have installed, what we are going to do, we will power off the system, and when we can clone the system, that means we can do the experiment on the clone also, so or in this machine also. So it is still taking time. So what we have done till now, that means first you need to create one virtual machine by using this option, new virtual machine. Then you need to specify the settings, which window operating system you want to install. In our case we selected Windows 2016 server. Then it is going to ask about how much hard disk and where you want to install. So in our case we choose the option, that means we want to install in D drive. In your case it could be C drive or E drive, and then it is going to ask for which version of 2016. In our case we selected 2016 data center desktop experience. Now here Control Alt Delete, or if you are using virtualization, Control Alt Insert you can put, and then you have to enter the username and password. Username is by default in window case the main user is administrator, and in our case whatever password we have given, so we are going to use that password. So in our case we are specifying the password, then we are going to say enter. Now it is creating the user profile. That means now our 2016 server is ready. So we can give the IP addresses, those things. But before doing that, we want to create one clone also, and then we want to install the Windows 10. Then we will move towards the networking between Windows 2016 server and Windows 10. That means the first step in doing the window networking, that you should have the operating system, either physical operating system or as a virtual machine. In our case we are going to have a virtual machine of Windows 2016 server also, and a virtual machine of Windows 10 also. So we are waiting for it to get started. So this is our virtual machine. So in our case we are going to close down this. So we can do the power off. So we are going to power off this machine, because whenever you are doing the cloning, the machine should be in power off state. So that means now it is shutting down. So here the button is like this. When we will shut down, the that will change, the shape of that will change. So it is shutting down. Now what we are going to do, we will create a clone of that also. Now this is, we are able to successfully install our 2016 server.